Hi and welcome New Year! Okay, it's like halfway January, but still, Happy New Year, I guess. If you're new here, thank you for watching my videos. I think I've got a lot of new followers thanks to my what I made in 2023 video. And of course, as you can imagine, it is time to plan for 2024. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really a big planner and I just like to do things when I feel like it. And I just like to go with the flow. I don't really know who has started this thing, but I think what I see around on YouTube is my 9 makes, which is I think 9 things you really want to make this year. And I think it's a good start. And I am planning one every year. So my 9 makes for this year are the things I'm going to talk about in this video. I hope this is off to a great start. And I had to admit, I found it really hard to come up with 9 things, or I can think of 9 things, but not very specific ones. So let me just start with the number 1 make of this year, and that's going to be pants, trousers, jeans, whatever, things you put on your bottoms. That's what that is what I'm gonna make this year, because I think I said it before in another video, but I don't really wear dresses or anything. I always wear pants, trousers, whatever you like to call it. And I love wide-legged baggy trousers. They are my favorite. I have one pair of COS, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, and they are my absolute favorite. There's gonna be a moment when I'm gonna burst out of the seams or whatever's gonna happen, and I need a replacement, and I need to fix that right now. So my number 1 make of 2024 is gonna be wide-legged trousers. I have found several free patterns on the fabric store that I really like, and I also bought one from Style Arc, I think, that looked really nice. However, I just realized when I wanted to look it up on my computer is that you should have downloaded the files in 14 days. And I bought it a month ago, so I don't have the pattern, and I really hope they can send me another file. Number 2, it's not surprisingly more trousers, but in the form of dungarees. I've made them before, and I really thought about this. Do I want to make another pair that I have self-drafted, or do I want to buy a pattern? And I think I'm going to try and self-draft something again, because I feel like I'm nearly there for perfection, and when I get it right and I have the perfect measurements and everything and made something for my body, I could make so much more dungarees, and I love making them, and I get so many compliments on them as well, and they're so fun, and you can make them out of all curtains from the thrift store and everything, and funky patterns, basic ones. You can use them for working, gardening, just for fun, and I just think they're so fun to make. So definitely also number 2, more dungarees. So as you can see, I'm really focusing on the pants part of sewing, but I do think that's one thing I really need to do, because I think every beginner starts with so many dresses, and I personally don't wear dresses, and I just realized I have a stain on my sweater. Anyway, I'm just gonna continue. No chaos. That brings me to number 3, which is another form of pants, a flight suit. I have made one before. You've seen that. I've made several videos about it. I showed it off in my 2023 video, and I made a mock-up, and I really want to make more. I love it. I love making them. They look so cool. I do not yet have perfected the pattern itself, but I'm definitely gonna do that in 2024, and I'm just gonna be that girl with all the dungarees and boiler suits. I love it. So that's definitely what I'm gonna make, and I really want to make one in a funky pattern as well. I would love that, and maybe, because the one I made was in a thicker, more jeans-like, canvas-like fabric, and I really want to make one in a more linen fabric, for summer maybe, and maybe a thicker one for winter, long sleeves, short sleeves, so many variations possible. I love that pattern. I could really recommend it. It's the Blanca flight suit from Closet Core Patterns, I believe. I'll link it down below. Next one, number 4, is again a wrap top. Yeah, I have made it before, I have tried it before, but I really want to make one again and just get the perfect size, get the everything right, and then I'll feel like I'll have a pattern for life. Yeah, it's the Zaylee wrap top by Sycamore Road Patterns. Beautiful pattern, but I really have to find a way to make it look good on my body. But that is something I want to do for this year, because I do need to wear more tops. I need to make more tops, and I really love this one, and I really want to get it right. And I think that's my goal for this year also, to really get things right and to make lesser things, but make them better and with more quality and just a bit more care and a bit more time, so they really look like, you know, I just bought them from the store and not something like that screams handmade, which all my stuff basically does, which isn't a bad thing. But on the other hand, I do really want to make some pieces that I can wear forever, so that's my goal. Beautiful wrap top. And another one is going to be a puffer jacket. I really want to make one, and I just started quilting and I loved it, like quilting with batting, and I just found it such a satisfying project, and I really feel a puffer jacket, it's something that I could make, because for now I do have a winter jacket, but it's a little too long and it doesn't really fit over my hips, so it's quite uncomfy. So it would be fun to make a shorter winter coat myself, or semi winter coat, and I think a puffer jacket would be really nice. And I have found several, I think I even have a pattern for it, but I do need to find the fabric, because it's more of a polyester kind of fabric, I think, because it needs to be a bit more waterproof. So that's something I've got to look out for. And another thing is, well, I've already discussed it before, but quilting. I love quilts. I don't really have many specific projects that I want to quilt, but I basically want to quilt all the things. I want to quilt everything. I love quilting. So I really like to quilt a jacket, like a kimono style jacket. I think it could be very similar to the body warmer or vest that I made last year, but just with sleeves. So I think that could be very easy, and then I could perfect my body warmer pattern that I self-drafted and just add sleeves, and then I'll have a jacket. I think that could be very fun. And I also see them a lot nowadays in the stores, so I think they're quite trendy, quite trendy. So I believe they're quite trendy, and I think that could be so much fun. So that's what I want to quilt. I'm also looking into the side tie top by Steph Time, I think she's called. Anyway, another YouTuber. I really love it. I didn't really like it at first because it's not really my style, but I've been really into vests and thinking about knitting a Spencer, which is another one, and I am warming up to this. I think it could look really cute on top of a blouse or something, and that's the thing I want to quilt. And I've also seen something on Pinterest, a quilted jacket that was really long. It looked like a sort of sleeping bag made out of a quilt blanket, and I loved it. It's really good. And that's also, I'm not sure if I'm gonna make that, but you know, if I ever have way too much time left on my hands, then maybe. Numbers, I'm not sure which number I am, but I think it's number 7. And that is not really a making something, but printing my own fabric. If you follow me for a longer time, you know that I'm also a printmaker and I love block printing. And I have tried block printing on a t-shirt before, but it's not really my favorite. And I really want to get into silk screening, print screening, whatever you like to call it. I have learned at an art school many years ago. I think that was around 15 years ago since I last print screened something. And I really want to try it again, and because I think it's better for fabric than block printing. I would love to like make a boiler suit out of a thrifted denim and just block print or silk screen, print screen, whatever. So making my own printed fabric, that is just a really big goal of mine for this year. And that leaves me for number 8, and that is a beautiful winter coat. And yeah, beautiful, because I have made a video, because I have made a winter coat before last year. It's the long green one that you might have seen in my other videos, And although I love wearing it, I wear it every day now. It's so warm, it's so cozy, it's very long, it's very big, and I can just bundle up in it, and I love it. However, honestly, it's been made very badly. Seams in the lining, it's not good. And it looks really sloppy, even though I don't mind because I love wearing it. But I would love to make a really nice, long, tailored jacket, a long winter coat. Maybe something with like a funky, checkered, colorful prints. That would also be very, very fun. That leaves me with number 9. And it's not going to be sewing, my number 9. It's going to be a mixture of things. And it is knitting and crochet. I have recently picked up knitting again. And I've never been a very good knitter. I always just knitted, you know, hats, beanies, scarves, circular scarves. But I've recently been working with rounded needles, round needles, knitting in a round. Very good English. Recently I've been knitting in a round and practicing that, which is still something I need to learn. And I really want to make sweaters. I think I have a pattern from Petite Knit sweater. The novice sweater is, well, it sounds good, novice, but it's something I want to make this year. And I also really want to knit a Spencer. I think Petite Knit has one as well, so I'm gonna look into that. And a beanie. I'm currently working on a beanie. And just knit more things because, you know, sewing is fun, but it takes up so much space. It makes so much mess. And knitting is just something I can do on the train or traveling. I think knitting is perfect, you know, for in the evenings when you have an hour left or you're watching a TV show and just want to have to do something. And I really want to get into knitting. I really want to, because I do wear a lot of sweaters and it would be so much fun to make them myself. And in the end, like in a few years' time, I'll just own everything I have made. No, wait. And maybe in a few years' time, I'll have made everything I wear. That would be so much fun. I mean, I'm not going to make shoes or anything, but an outdoor wear, no. But, you know, sweaters, bands, scarves, blouses, dresses, would be so much fun. So that's really a big goal for this year, to finally knit that sweater. I think I just bought wool, alpaca wool, a year ago, and the knitting needles. I've got the interchangeable ones also. And I have a friend who's really into knitting, and she's been really pushing me. But I'm slowly starting to try again, especially because she told me to try continental knitting, which is so much faster and also a bit easier when you're knitting in a round. But I just found that too overwhelming, honestly. I think the knitting part went well, but the purling is just something else. And but yeah, a sweater. And the last one, that's also a big part of this make, is crochet. I have heard it before, and I'm not sure if you think about it the same way, but I feel like people either knit or crochet. There are people that do both, but I feel like not so many. And for me, I love knitting, I think that's good, but crochet, I found it so difficult. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And it's just so, it makes me very impatient because it takes forever. But there's one thing that I need to make in my life, and that is a granny square. I love granny squares. I love them. They are so trendy again. But I've always loved them. And I really want to make a granny square this year. That's it. That's the goal. Just one granny square. I would love to make in the end like a granny square tote bag, granny square vest, granny square Spencer, everything. I think if I'll ever start getting it right, I think I'll not stop making them. Quite a big goals, because they're almost all of them aren't quick, easy makes, like pencil cases or dresses or a t-shirt or whatever. And they all require a lot of attention and a lot of time. But I'm ready for that. I am ready to make pieces that I really love and really gonna wear because they look good and they fit nicely. And that's one thing, a big goal for this year, to make things I really like and things I can really wear, because I have made so many things that I don't wear. And it's such a waste of time, effort and space, no, not space, but fabric. Now that I think about it, it's quite a big list, and I am in no hurry to start, honestly. And the first thing I'm going to do is learn how to use my serger, because you know, that's another thing. I have bought this serger 2 months ago. I have touched it, but I haven't plugged it on, I haven't tested it, I haven't tried it, not a single thing. I just found it too overwhelming. So my first project this year is going to be use the serger and just try it out. And after that, pants, trousers, whatever, pants. I'm going to make all the pants and find a perfect one that fits me well, and then just make 10. These are going to be my makes for this year, hopefully. And maybe you'll have any ideas or patterns that you think I would like. Please let me know, and also let me know what you really want to make, because I am very curious to find out, because it's so overwhelming when once you realize you can basically make everything you want. And I don't even know what I want, but I just want to make all the things. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching, and bye.